What's going on, guys? It's Spanish for Cause, and today I'm going to be bringing you the brand new Ice Barrier Structure Deck. So I went out and got 3 of these things. These just came out today. So it's the brand new Structure Deck featuring the brand new Trishula monster, and it's featuring all the old guys. You got DeLorean, we got Brionac, Gugner, and Trishula, the original one. So I'm going to open one of these on camera, and then I'm going to try and build a budget competitive deck using all 3 put together, and we'll see what we can come up with. There's a lot of really awesome cards in this deck, and I'm going to even try and make a side deck for it. So if you do go grab 3 copies of Freezing Chains, you guys can build this deck, and I'm really excited to get started. So let's get into this. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. That'll really help the channel. And I also have a Twitch and a Discord you guys can join, and I'll link those in the description below. Alright guys, so here we go. Let's open this thing. We got the Structure Deck Freezing Chains here on the back of it. Tells you all the cards we got. Trishula, Ice Dragon, Zero Dragon, DeLorean, Brionac, Gugner, all these cards. So let's get into it. Playmat in here. Really awesome. Got Brionac, the Zero Dragon Trishula. I think that's Gugner. Alright, so I haven't really played a full synchro deck in a while, so this will be pretty awesome. Got Revealer, the Ice Barrier, 1700 attack, 1000 defense. Speaker of the Ice Barrier. Zujin of the Ice Barrier. Got Winds over the Ice Barrier. Spell card. All these are ultra rares. It's really awesome. Ooh, Trishula Zero Dragon of the Ice Barrier. DeLorean Tiger of the Ice Barrier. Brionac. Gugner. We have Trishula. General Wayne of the Ice Barrier. Hexa Spirit of the Ice Barrier. Blizzard Defender. We got Cryomancer. Prior of the Ice Barrier. Defender. Warlock. Spellbreaker. Strategist. Dance Princess. Yugioh. There's a lot of Ice Barrier monsters. General Brio. Medium. General Gantala. General Grundard. Gen X Controller. A brick in most cases. Gen X Undyne. Aqua Spirit. Dupe Frog. Ronin Totem. Fishborg Launcher. Mooling Glacier, the Elemental Lord. Silent Angler. Freezing Chains of the Ice Barrier spell card. Magic Triangle of the Ice Barrier. Medallion of the Ice Barrier. Add any Ice Barrier monster from deck to hand. Got Mirror of the Ice Barrier. Salvage. Surface. Where Art Thou? That's a really cool card to have in here. Point of the Red Lotus. Probably good for the side deck. Fiendish Chain. Ishban. We got Mind Drain, Heavy Storm Duster, a lot of traps, Crackdown, and Terror of Tarantula. That's it for the structure deck. So that's really awesome. You get a lot of cards in here. There's a lot of traps. I think there's more traps than spells. That's weird. That's crazy. Alright guys, so let's get into the deck building now. So I'm going to open up the other two and we're going to build the most competitive deck we can with just having 3 of these structure decks. Alright, so using just 3 of the structure decks, I was able to complete an 11 card extra deck, a 40 card main deck, and a 15 card side deck. So let's go through it all. I'll show you guys the main deck first. So first up, we're going to want to play Triple Revealer of the Ice Barrier. So this is a really awesome card. Basically, it makes your opponent not be able to tribute summon, and then you can also special summon a tuner from your deck, and you can banish it from your graveyard to use it for any of your Ice Barrier costs that would make you discard a card. And then we run Triple Speaker of the Ice Barrier. So this card is really good. It allows you to special summon it from your hand if you control an Ice Barrier monster, and if your opponent controls a defense position monster, it can't change its battle position. And if it's in the graveyard, you can banish it to special summon an Ice Barrier token. So then I play Triple Prior of the Ice Barrier. So if you control an Ice Barrier monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can't special summon level 5 or higher monsters, but that's okay. And then it also allows you to special summon an Ice Barrier monster from your graveyard by tributing itself. So this could potentially become a Trishula or any of your extra deck monsters with just a simple level 2 monster. And then I'm playing Double General Wayne of the Ice Barrier. So basically, spells and traps that your opponent controls that would be sent to the graveyard are banished instead. And if your opponent controls a monster, and you control an Ice Barrier, you can special summon it from your hand. You can also search an Ice Barrier spell or trap card when it is special or normal summoned. So this is a really good card and allows you to see into your spell cards and into your Ice Barrier cards. And then I'm playing Double Hexa Spirit of the Icebreaker. So this is a tuner in the deck, and it is a really awesome effect monster. It makes your opponent lose 500 attack for each Ice Barrier monster you control, but the main effect is you can send any level 3 or lower Ice Barrier monster from your deck to the graveyard, and then its level becomes that level until the end turn. So this can basically become any of your synchros. So definitely going to be wanting to run double copy of Hexa. And then I'm playing 1 Cryomancer. So this is your level 2 tuner in the deck that you can send with Hexa, and it has a cool effect that if you control an Ice Barrier monster, level 4 or higher monsters cannot declare an attack. And then I'm playing Defender of the Ice Barrier. So basically this is your level 3 tuner, and it has the same similar effect of the last one, but your opponent's monster can't declare an attack unless they have a greater attack than this card's defense. And the really awesome thing about this deck is you don't have to run a lot of the other tuners. You can just run Hexa, and then all of these monsters can just be run as one-ofs because Hexa can become their level, right? So that's why there's only need to run one of these guys. So that's really awesome. And Defender is your level 3. And then I run 1 Warlock of the Ice Barrier. So if you control Warlock and your opponent is playing spells, they must set them a turn before being able to play them. So this can make the game slow down quite drastically. And then for the last monster in the deck, I'm playing 1 Silent Angler. So Silent Angler has the effect where you can special summon it from your hand if you control a water monster, but you can't special summon monsters from your hand for the rest of the turn. So that's kind of a bad drawback, but it is a really good extender if you do have the one-of. So that's the last card we're going to be playing for the monsters. And then on to the spells, we're going to be playing Triple Winds of the Ice Barrier. So Winds over the Ice Barrier allows you to tribute any number of Ice Barrier monsters on your field, and then you can special summon that many level 4 lower Ice Barrier monsters from your deck. So the turn that it wasn't banished, you can banish it to target one of your Ice Barrier monsters that's in your graveyard or banish zone, and then you can add it to your hand. It is an OPT effect, but this is a really powerful card, so we're going to wanting to run triple copies of it. And then next up we play the search card, Medallion of the Ice Barrier. So this is a simple effect, add one Ice Barrier monster from your deck to your hand. Awesome, this deck has a search card like this, so we're actually able to access any of our monsters really quickly with a quick spell card. And then we're playing triple Freezing Chains of the Ice Barrier. So this is basically a monster reborn, really good extender, allows you to reborn one of your level 4 lower Ice Barrier monsters. And then also if you control 3 or more Ice Barrier monsters, all of your cards are basically unaffected by your opponent's extra deck monsters. That is only Ice Barrier monsters though. Triple copies of that. And then we run triple salvage. So this just allows you to recycle some of those water monsters that are in your graveyard. And then we run double surface. So this is basically just another monster reborn for the deck. Really awesome extender for water. So just double copies of this is fine. And then on to the traps. We're going to be wanting to run one copy of Terror of Trishula. And basically this card has a really cool effect. And depending on how many Ice Barrier Synchro monsters with different names you control, you can apply in sequence the amount of effects. So it has 3. So if you have 1+, you can banish one card they control. If you have 2+, you can banish a card in their graveyard. And if you have 3, you can banish a card in their hand. And the card in hand is chosen at random. And if this card is in the graveyard and your opponent tries to target one of your Ice Barrier monsters, you can banish this card and negate that. So just one copy of this. And then we run triple Crackdown. So this is an awesome card, allows you to steal your opponent's monster. Really awesome. One of my greatest traps in the game. We got triple Fiendish Chain. So this is an awesome card. Negates your opponent's monster's effect and they can't attack. So triple copies of that. And for the last card in the deck, we're going to be playing double Heavy Storm Duster. So this is just for those back row. There's a lot of back row in the format now with Outlich and all that. So Heavy Storm Duster, I definitely think you could main deck. Okay guys, that was it for the main deck. On to the extra deck. We're going to be playing triple of the Trishula Zero Dragon. So this thing is a powerhouse. Basically, if you get it on the field, you can banish 3 cards your opponent controls. And then if your opponent decides to destroy this thing, you can special summon a Trishula from your extra deck or graveyard, give it 3300 attack, and then make all of your opponent's monsters half attack and negate their effects. So this thing is absolutely crazy. It's got 2700 attack, level 11. This thing is a beast. And then we run the one-ofs because they are limited. Trishula and Deloran are on the limit list. You can only run 1 copies of these cards. But who knows, there is a forbidden and limited list right around the corner. So this could change to help support the sales of this deck. So just one of these guys. Really awesome cards. So then we're going to be playing triple Brianak, the Dragon. So you all know what this is. You can discard any number of cards and compulse the same number of cards your opponent controls. Really awesome. And then last up in the extra deck, we're playing triple copies of Gungnir Dragon. So basically you can discard up to 2 cards, then target the same number of cards your opponent controls and destroy them. Really awesome card. Unfortunately, it does destroy cards, so cards like Outlich will probably be coming back. And that's it for the extra deck. So I'm going to actually show you what I came up with for the side deck. There was a lot of really useful cards that you could use and utilize that came in the structure deck. So I'll show you. There's this one card that was in the deck that seemed really situational. It was called Mirror of the Ice Barrier. And basically it says during the turn, each time a card is banished from your hand from your opponent, banish up to 2 random cards from your opponent's hand, or you can banish up to 2 cards from your opponent controls, or banish up to 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard, depending where they banished your card. So this is a really cool card, and it's situational, so if you know your opponent's going to be playing DD Crow or something like that, you can definitely side these in and you will definitely see some play. And then I'm playing the other 2 copies of Terror of Trishula. This is just if you're gonna go first, you can just quickly side in Terror of Trishula. And then I got Triple Mind Drain. This is if you know you're gonna be going up against like a bunch of hand trap decks. You can quickly side this in, and then neither player can activate the effects of monsters in the hand. So this is really good if your opponent's going to try and Ash Blossom you, Effect Veiler you, really any of those cards. You're just going to put a stop to it right now, and you can quickly side that in with Mind Drain. And then we're going to be going on to the Appointer of Lotus. So if you go first, this card would be really good to side in. Or if your opponent's going to be playing any hand trap, this is a really good card you can add to the deck. And we got Isban. So if you know you're going to be playing against monsters that can go to defense position, basically if a non-water monster is normal or special summon, you can change that monster to defense position. So if you're playing against lots of Synchro or XYZ decks, Isban will be really good. But I just put it in the side deck in case you're going to be going up a lot of Link decks. Then Isban really wouldn't be that good at all. And for the last card of the side deck, I run another copy of Heavy Storm Duster. And this is just for if you're going up against those back row heavy decks. Alright guys, so now I'm going to show you a really awesome cool combo. If you draw Revealer and Speaker, you'll be able to do this. So basically what you want to do is you summon Revealer, and then she will allow you to special summon a level 3 or lower from the deck. So we're going to special summon Hexa, because that could become any of the levels we need it. And then since we control an Ice Barrier monster, we can special summon Speaker. And then really all of these cards can be anything you want. Back row would probably be the best. And then what we can do now is we can use all 3 of these guys for basically almost any of the levels we want because of Hexa. So we can make them become a level 8 and a 9. So we can make them become 9. So this could become Trishula Dragon if we use these. Or I could use Hex's effect, allowing it to dump a level 2 or a 3, allowing it to basically change levels between those. So the level 2 and 3 we run are Cryomancer and Defender. So if you use Hexa targeting Defender, it'll become a level 3, and then you could use a level 4 and a level 3 to make a level 7. So you could go into your Gugner. Or also if you use the level 3, you could use all of them for a 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this allows you to go into your Zero Dragon. And also if you went for the level 2, you could just easily go into a 4, 6 and go into your Brionac or your DeLorean. So that's basically the board that you can make any of the extra deck monsters with, and that's just having Speaker and Revealer. So that's the really good combo you want to kind of start out with, is these 2 monsters. And there's lots of ways to access it, like you can get any of the other Ice Barrier monsters and kind of tribute them off with wins, or you can search it with Medallion. Like, the deck has a lot of ways, and they're both at 3 copies, so really awesome way you can go into any of your extra deck monsters with just those 2 cards. And of course Hexa being really important as well, because there wouldn't be as much flexibility without Hexa being in there to change levels whenever you need it to. So yeah guys, that was my Ice Barrier deck. This is the complete budget deck, $30 basically. You can build this, and it's really awesome, really fun. I'm glad to see Trishula, all of these guys coming back into the game. It's really awesome to see Trishula getting new support and even getting a new extra deck monster. That's really awesome. So that was it for the deck profile, guys. Alright guys, so I really hope you enjoyed the deck profile. You guys can build this if you just go pick up 3 copies of the new Freezing Chain structure deck. This deck just came out today, and it's super awesome to see Trishula getting brand new support. If you guys want to support the channel, make sure you guys go subscribe, comment down below, and like the video, as well as go hit up my Twitch and Discord, and I'll link those in the description box below. This is Banished for Cost, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. See you guys later. Peace.